Hi everyone, Jenny Rosengren here from crazyherbgirl.com and myperfectionhealing.org. I have been feeling for a while like I needed to make an informational video about how to heal completely from trauma. And a lot of energy healing modalities deal with trapped emotions and some with trapped beliefs. And these are very powerful to be able to I would say trap negative beliefs. We want to trap those positive ones, right? So what I want to teach today is that there are more things that have to do with trauma than just beliefs and emotions. And when we experience trauma, what is happening in our bodies is our minds are taking note of every single thing that is going on within us and around us, what we hear, what we see, what we smell, how our body moves, and even things that we might have been tasting at the time. And what happens is that these things all have their sensations. Think about the 5 senses within that realm. In our survival brains, we only communicate the language of sensation and movement. And that's actually the very first data that our body takes in is sensation or movement. And then it's translated in our brain into an emotion or into a higher thought process for humans. So the mammalian brain speaks the language of emotions. And then the frontal cortex, or what makes us human, actually uses words and language and beliefs to describe these sensations and movements. And so a lot of people think that they can't tolerate emotions, but the truth is they really can't tolerate the sensations that come with the emotion, that actually precede the emotion. And in trauma, these sensations and movements often are not able to be finished or felt. And when I'm talking about movements, I'm talking about fight or flight, and fighting, punching, kicking, screaming, running, yelling. Our vocal cords are actual movements. Those things are shut down by our frontal cortex because we've been civilized. We've been told that those things aren't appropriate. But that doesn't mean that our physical body, our physiology says this is what should be happening. It sends a command, and that command is not finished, and that can become trapped within our bodies. Same with the sensation. If we continue to have a sensation and our brain starts to interpret it as a dangerous sensation to feel, it doesn't even translate it into an emotion anymore. We just feel the automatic shutdown and then anxiety, and we don't know what has triggered us. And so that's why so many people are like, this used to trigger me, and now this is, and this is, and this is. It's because that original trauma wasn't healed, and the brain is now moving it globally and recognizing, well, this is a similar situation, so I'm now in danger and I'm in fight or flight again. Oh, now this happened, and so now I'm in fight. And so consciously we have no control over this because this is something that's happening at a survival level, and the only language that understands, that can be communicated to the body, is sensation and movement. And so in these times when we're high anxiety or we're feeling these different things, it's important to know that the way that we can calm our bodies is by bringing sensation and movement and allowing our body to feel those things, even if it's in our imagination. So for example, my son was in fight or flight mode. He was having a great difficulty breathing, and we did not have his inhaler to be able to help him. And so what I did was I worked with him, and I said, where do you feel safe, Josh? And he said, I don't know. I mean, he's in fight or flight mode. He can't even talk. He's 12 years old. And I said, do you remember the beach? The beach is one of his favorite places to be. And so I started to remind him about what he felt sensationally there, about the grittiness of the sand. Can you feel it in your fingers? It's getting under your fingernails. Can you feel it under your feet? Can you feel how that squishiness feels? Can you hear the crashing of the waves? and start bringing all of these sensational things back to him. The friends that we were with, what he was seeing, what he was eating at the time, and bringing all of those memories back to calm his body, because his body only speaks in sensations and movements when it's in that survival brain mode. And so I'm hoping this will help some people. I have an advanced class that I teach where I teach this more in depth. And I'm also working on, I really feel like there needs to be just a trauma class that doesn't even necessarily deal with energy work, but just teaching people how to heal trauma and let it be finished. And we're missing some of those important pieces. It's not just the beliefs and emotions. It's also the sensations and movements, and I call it the SEMBI approach. So I just wanted to put this out there so some of you might start be able to feel like you have more tools to be able to help yourself heal. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.